Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking and subscribing the channel is free and easy, and it helps me out a lot. If you want to go a little farther with your support, I have Patreon and YouTube membership available, which includes access to the BoshNRoll Discord server, early access to things I'm working on, sideboard plans, cards I'm buying. You could have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use the YouTube membership option, you get sweet, unique YouTube badges and emotes for the channel. If you want to play what I'm playing, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support my channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com. And if you're playing on Magic Online, a cardhoarder.com loan account can let you play any deck anytime. If you want to wear your support, there is BoshNRoll merch available. All of these links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I am playing Modern at the request of Patreon subscriber Hunter. This is Amulet Titan, named after Amulet of Vigor, 1 mana artifact. Whenever a permanent enters the battlefield under your control, untap it. Primeval Titan, 6 mana, 6/6 trample. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, search your library for 2 lands, put them into play tapped. So Amulet will untap them, and you get to use them right away. Earlier on in the game, Amulet is usable and abusable with the bounce lands or Keru cycle, named after the Keru lands from Visions, one of which is named Keru. If you haven't heard that word before, check out the Visions spoiler. These tap for 2, but they come into play tapped. But with Amulet, you get to untap them. So if you can put them into play more than once, you get 2 mana per pop, which is a way you can jump ahead to get 6 mana for Primeval Titan. And the deck has lots of ways to play more than 1 land in a turn. We got Blocks Diamond here, Arboreal Grazer, puts a land into play from your hand when it enters the battlefield. Explorer plays an extra land. Urza plays 2 extra lands. Dryad of the Elysian Grove plays an extra land. This deck is all about making land drops. The Keru lands can also pick themselves up if you have more than 1 land drop. When they enter the battlefield, you have to return return a land you control to its owner's hand. You can put this in, stack your triggers so it untaps first, you float 2 mana, then it picks itself up to its own ability, then you can play it again and tap it for another 2. And that's a way you can cheese ahead and get a quick Primeval Titan. Once you've cast Primeval Titan, you'll search your deck for Boros Garrison, which taps for red-white, and Slayer's Stronghold, which for red-white gives a creature +2/+0, vigilance, and haste, which means you can attack with your Primeval Titan right away. And from there, it should be pretty trivial to assemble a lethal Valakut, or you can tutor for a Keru and Teleria West and bounce the Teleria West, then use it to search for a Valakut, or there's a lot of tricky little things going on here. I am by no means an expert of this deck, but I do understand the basic mechanics of it. This is also a deck that it's been established for a very long time. This is one of the better decks in Modern, top tier for a very long time through various ban lists. It seemed to dodge a lot. This is the deck that got Summer Bloom banned, and it still stayed good throughout all this time, just lurking near the top tier of Modern. This was one of the first adopters of Urza Saga when Modern Horizons 2 came out, because Urza Saga is a land. You can do cool things with lands. This is a deck that likes lands. And it's a deck built around a 1 mana artifact, so it seemed like a perfect spot for this. And that's still true, there are 4 sagas in the deck. The format's mostly moved on, found better ways to use Urza Saga, but Amulet still remains lurking in the shadows, and I'm here to try it out today. Let's check it out. I am on the play in round number 1 against a Gigantha deck. I believe Tron is frequently a Gigantha deck. What does this hand do? I have Saga, which on turn 3 can Amulet. So I float 1, I'll have a second land in play by then. I float 1, get Amulet, play Growth Chamber. That's still only 4 mana. That's not a great ramp. I could get Urza and pull ahead, but I don't have a Primeval Titan. I think I mulligan this. Because like turn 3 is the important turn to do anything against Tron. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, this one doesn't have Amulet, but it has Urza and Dryad and Explorer. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is better. I'm going to keep it, though. Like, that last hand was one where maybe a Tron expert would have known, or a Amulet expert would have known, like, oh yeah, all I need to do is find an Amulet and I'm good here. But I don't see the line. Tron confirmed. Hopefully I draw a basic forest and I can explore here. Or Primeval Titan, hello. Chamber picks up Academy. Don't need to float mana because I'm not doing anything with it anyway. Oh, they played Blast Zone. That's great. That means they're not going to have turn 3 Tron. Oh god, Wall of Roots. What's going on here? Is this normal these days? Because I have not seen this before. Weird. They did find Urza's Tower. Okay, I found a forest, which means I can play Azusa, and I get 2 extra land drops. So I'm going to play Growth Chamber, pick up this forest, and play Teleria West, and now I can prime time next turn. I don't have like the whole combo together, obviously, but the deck is built to cast Primeval Titan, and I'm going to do my best to do that. Expedition map, Tron confirmed. Chromatic Star. Up the star right away. And mapping for the missing thing. Okay. Time to figure out my plan here. Drew Selesnya Sanctuary. What does that do? Time to look at the deck. If I Primeval Titan, I can search for Urza Saga and Valakut. Is that what I want to do? Or like, I think I want Valakut because I do have the Dryad in hand, and that is a way to burn the opponent down. I guess I'll start by casting Primeval Titan because that's definitely happening. Using this ability. So I still have 2 more land drops. I can get a... Do I have a Ghost Quarter or any such thing in here? No, there's not a way to keep them off Tron. Radiant Fountain. I already have a Teleria West in play. I think I want to get Saga Valakut, or I could just get 2 Valakuts and play around Karn destroying one of them. Okay, 2 Valakuts are here. And Selesnya Sanctuary as my extra land for the turn, or one of my extra lands. Pick up Valakut. Do I play this? Yeah, I think I do. Okay. There's that. Let's see what their Tron payoff is. I'm in pretty good position to just explode them with Dryad next turn. Maybe I wanted to pick up Teleria West with my Sanctuary and then not replay it. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have enough mana to tutor for Pact, cast Pact, and prime time again next turn. But that doesn't get the Dryad into play. Okay, they had Ugin, which is the nuts. But the good news is, if there's a land in my top 2 cards, Dryad can kill Ugin. It has to go to 1 to remove the Primeval Titan. Come on, lands. That's not a land. I'm going to have a hard time. You may play an additional land this turn, draw a card. Okay, so I don't have to have Dryad in play to do this. Explore. Come on, a land. Alright, found a land. Dryad. Lightning Bolts. Target Ugin and face. And I don't think I need to use this Engineered Explosives yet. Yeah, this turn definitely would have been better if I picked up my Teleria West instead of the Valakut. Stirrings. Maybe miss. Just miss a little bit. Karn the Great Creator. That's a good card. They have 4 mana to do stuff with this Karn. Lattice is banned in this format, so that's a relief. Engineered Explosives is off because Karn is in play. That also means Expedition Map is off on the back end of my Saga. They're needling Saga, probably. If I draw a land, I get to shoot Karn, which unlocks my Engineered Explosives, which kills Pithing Needle. They put Gigantha in hand with their leftover mana. Okay. How about a land? How about a Primeval Titan? Fuck a land. Primeval Titan? Alright, that's a land. Cavern of Souls on Giant. That's what Primeval Titan is. I'm going to shoot Karn and their face. Face, yes. Shoot Karn, yes. Attack them. Attack their life points directly. And then Engineered Explosives on 1. I'm going to float that out there. I'm not going to pop it right away because I don't need to. And if they play out like Expedition Map or some spheres or something, I can pressure when they are able to use them. Gigantha's here. They're out of colored mana. They have 6 colorless mana to work with right now. Could be Wormcoil, could be Karn again. Can't be Big Karn. There's Map. Like I said, I can pressure the use of their mana. They were probably going to just use it anyway, but if I get a say in the matter, I'm going to take it. Destroy all ones that are required to map in response, now or never. Sanctum of Ugin, that's pretty cool. Then make a construct. And let's draw a Primeval Titan. Slayer Stronghold, dope. I'm going to make another construct. All my lands tap for every color right now, so I don't really need to put too much thought into that, I don't think. I'm going to get Expedition Map, and I'm going to pop Map. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Slayer Stronghold can kill Gigantha if I want it to. I can... Pretty sure I can cast Primeval Titan this turn. I just got to figure out how. I'm going to use 1, 2, activate map. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm one short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm one short of tutoring for Primeval Titan, because that's a 9 mana play. I could just get a fetch land and go like, or Vesuva on Valakut. That does even more. So Vesuva, copy Valakut, 3 triggers, Gigantha. Oh, I didn't need to attack. I could have just domed their face twice. Or, yeah, it's okay. Luckily, the Slayer Stronghold can give my sick construct haste. Okay. Oh wait, no, I was there anyway. I forgot I have 3 Valakuts now. Yeah, this was just a laugher. I could mess up and still easily win. Flawless victory. Okay, I'm playing against Tron. What does Tron do? Oh, here's that Ghost Quarter I was looking for. Pithing Needle, I think, is relevant. They have a bunch of dope planeswalkers. Engineered Explosives, probably not great, though it was nice removing their Needle the time that it did that. Force of Vigor. I don't think this is a Force of Vigor matchup. I think that's more for, like, Blood Moon than it is for Expedition Map. Dismember probably doesn't matter. I don't think this one is grinding into Tracker Town. Foundation Breaker. Are there any foundations I need to break? I think Ghost Quarter Pithing Needle is where I want to be here. I'm just going to go light on the sideboarding, because I think this is mostly a race. Cavern, they don't have counter spells, so I can switch Cavern into Ghost Quarter and still have the same land count. And I could turn Explosives into Needle. Do I care about that? I mean, I definitely want Needle. Do I want my Explosives or not? Because you can tutor for Explosives with Teleria West, so it's like having 4 of them. But I think I don't want Explosives. Yeah, let's go in like this. 2 cards. This hand is Amulet. I'm going to keep it. The double Amulet hands are fucked, because then you get 4 mana off each Karu instead of 2. Let's see if they have Force of Vigor. They're no longer a Gigantha deck, which means they have Force of Vigor. I believe that is a fair statement. They brought in a card that has 2 mana symbols, and Force of Vigor is green. They've turned 3 Tron, though. Oh, they didn't have a green spell to go with that. I was sure we were getting Sylvan Scryed. Okay, I can give them 2 targets, or I can just play small. I think oh, this is a enchantment. Okay, I wanna give them 2 targets because I don't want them to hit my Dryad. So bounce is the last thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna untap my lands first. Untap. Float. And I'm gonna pick up the Stronghold, which lets me cast Explore, which lets me play Sunhome, which lets me cast Dryad, which lets me play Grove. Sunhome, Dryad, Sanctuary. Maybe I shouldn't have done the Sanctuary yet, because I'm not actually doing anything with this mana. Pick up Sunhome. Okay, I mean, that was pretty explosives, but it didn't really go anywhere. If I draw Prime Time, I win immediately. But if they have, like, a removal spell, in some trouble. Okay, there's Tron. Not till turn 4. I'll take that little reprieve. I'm slightly worried about what's coming next turn. About Primeval Titan off the top. Show it to me. Castle Garenbrig. That's not Primeval Titan. So they've seen Sunhome already, so I'll run out that one. And then Garen Brig. I only have a forest if this is still in play, so I will play it now. Back for 2. I guess I could give it double strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, take 4. Correct. Now I'm in some trouble. It's like Primeval Titan off the top at any point shuts it down, but any bad draw is bad. Karn liberated. I think has to eat Dryad. Okay, they went after my Kerus. That's interesting. They have like Nature's Claim or Force of Vigor to protect this Karn. They must have something else. Like this is a spot where you're gonna get a lot more out of giving your opponent the benefit of the doubt. Like I could just say like, oh, what an idiot, they ate the wrong thing. But a more helpful way to think about this is what do they have that makes that play make sense? And I think the answer is Force of Vigor. Confirmed. Okay, those are dead. Yikes. Life is Pain. Guess I'll put in my Boros Garrison. Is that what I want? I only have 1 land drop now, and I have nothing to spend this mana on, so it doesn't make sense to play Garrison now. I'm just going to play Radiant Fountain and pass. Feels bad, but there it is. Crumbling Vestige is a 2 mana land when you have big Amulet, because when it ETBs, you get a mana of 1 color. Okay. Aggro Karning, they must have another Karn. So when this ETBs, you make a mana, and then it also taps for a mana, but it usually comes into play tapped, so you get a colorless and 1. Okay. Controlled the shit out of me there with Blast Zone. And Karn the Great Creator to follow up. Yeah, that's pretty solid. We had 2 turns there to come up with a Primeval Titan and didn't. Or actually 4 turns. Like, that was my 4th turn, and if I had drawn it on any of the turns, or any way to find it. But obviously, that didn't happen. They just wished for Liquid Metal Coating, which I think ends the game. They can start blowing up my lands, and I'm already not really functioning. Yeah, I've seen enough of this one. There's probably some, like, runner I could hit to get out of that, but I'm not interested in wasting anyone's time trying to figure out what it is. Just go to game 3 and dumpster. Don't think the sideboard plan changes. I'm in, let's go. This hand, how quick... It has 2 Grazers, which is not great. It has the Prime Time, which is great. Saga. I mean, I can't Garen Brig, or I can't Grazer until next turn. I think I'm going to keep this. Maybe I'm just gun shy after getting Prime Time screwed last time. I don't know. Is this a good hand? Tell me in the comments. Needs another mana, that's for sure. Okay, that's some mana. Urza Saga. Arboreal Grazer. Put in Growth Chamber. And I think I want to bounce Saga with Growth Chamber. Like, it feels weird, because Saga is a card that the longer it's in play, the better it gets. But it's also a target for Force of Vigor, and I don't want to let them Stone Rain me when I'm just on this careful climb up to 6 mana. Like, they clearly have a reactive spell here. They just passed their 2nd turn, and they didn't do anything. Okay, I want to... Grazer puts land in tapped, I believe. Yes, okay. So, Urza Saga... Trigger. They want to destroy it in response to its trigger. That's a way they can deny me a mana here. Okay. Razor, again. Float a mana with Saga. Put in Growth Chamber. They're making their move, whatever their move is. Wilt. Okay. I was prepared for that possibility. Pick up the Garen Brig. And then Dryad plays Garen Brig. And that's my turn. Alright, I get to Prime Time next turn. I danced around that disenchant as long as I could. Ancient Stirrings. And they use their land drop already, so they can't find like Ghost Quarter or anything off the Stirrings to break up my Prime Time. Summoner's Pact. I don't think I can use a second Prime Time here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Make 6 mana for creatures. Here is Primeval Titan. Let's use the ability. Gonna get 2 Valakutes and just start going face, I think. Valakut. And then first land, or that's my second land drop for the turn, right? Zap you. Pick up Garen Brig. Zap. Oh, that was my first land drop for the turn. Zap you some more. Zap. Oh, did I decline my Valakut triggers? What the fuck just happened? Why aren't they lower? I didn't realize I could decline that. Whatever, you're at 6, go. If Primetime turns sideways, I win anyway. I can Pact for another Primetime, which gets Vesuva plus literally anything. I think I declined those triggers. I wasn't really paying attention, obviously. Okay, a not quite complete Ensnaring Bridge. They have 5 cards in their hand. I can still attack a little bit. Rule Turf. That's lethal on its own. But I will 1, 2, 3, 4. Activate Garen Brig. Plague Rule Turf. Zap you. Pick up Garen Brig. Yes. And yes. And play Garen Brig. Give you another 6. And they don't even know about this second Primeval Titan in my hand. GG. A little sloppy, but got the job done. On to the next round. Winner, winner. It's round number 2, and I'm on the play again. I'm going to keep this. Garen Brig. I'm going to lead on the Saga, because if I can get my Amulet into play, this hand pops. I'm a green mana short of activating Castle. It's not great, but we'll see where that goes in a minute here. Uh-oh. This hand is very bad against Thoughtseize. Springleaf Drum, okay. Memnite, what a twist. They might still Thoughtseize me. Garda's Aid, okay. It's hammer time. Alright, I might just die before I even get to do anything, which is a different thing altogether. I do want to put Garen Brig into play. So if I find the Karu, I can use it. I guess I need an Explorer too. This hand actually needs a lot of help. I got excited because I saw a route to Amulet and Primetime, but the lands filling it in are bad. Like my entire combo is right here. So I can't Primetime get the combo go because it's in my hand. Yeah, maybe I just didn't look at the context of Amulet Titan hard enough. Like I just saw Amulet Titan and went for it. What do we got? Something helpful, please. Radiant Fountain's certainly not it. Right, float a colorless, get my Amulet. That will certainly be part of the plan, at least. And now what? Jesus. This hand's so bad. I could play Garrison to invest in next turn. So I feel like I need green sources in play. Oh, this is not Slayer Stronghold. This is Sunhome. So Slayer Stronghold still is in the deck, but the Garrison's here, so that doesn't help. I think I'll just play this green source and shamefully pass the turn. Bad news, team. The good news is my opponent had a juicy crack with Hammer last turn and didn't take it. So they either don't have Hammer or they're worried about something. The bad news is Urza Saga's in play and they're going to have Hammer next turn. Back for 3 here. My good draws are like Dryad and Explorer. So I'm going to fetch in the end step just to thin out one land I might draw because I am good on lands. Breeding Pool tapped. I would not like to pay 2 life, but I get it untapped anyway. Free and easy. Saga. Are you helpful? I don't think you are. I'm taking at least 13 next turn because this is popping. Oh, and they get to make the construct. I'm literally just dead. I guess I can play Radiant Fountain. Probably still dead, but I am going to at least do what I can here. Wow, this is bad. An important lesson to learn here, though, is look at the rest of your hand. Like, I just assumed that the 5 lands in my hand would be able to come up with double green, and they couldn't do that. So this one's a 3. It'll be a 4/5 next turn. 5 plus 13. Yeah, I think they have me for Xaxes. Activate their Saga. But they tapped Memnite to do that. Maybe I'm at 1. But if they come up with any other artifact, I lose. They got a draw step, plus they're going to get a Paladin trigger. Here's the Hammer. Now the next three questions are, do they have an artifact? And does it matter? Okay, yes, they do have an artifact. If they choose to activate that, they'll have the lethal. Okay. Ornithopter's lethal on its own. Yeah, alright. Lesson learned there. Gotta look at what colors your lands actually make. Engineered explosives coming in. Force of Vigor coming in. Is this a Foundation Breaker matchup? Sure looks like one. Going with Dismember? Like, how deep am I going on killing their things versus executing my own plan? At least 4 things I want to come in. I don't think I want to be ghost quartering their Urza sagas. That just doesn't seem like a good use of my resources. I don't really think I need Pithing Needle because I'm also a Saga deck, and the equipping they do usually isn't activated, it's triggered through Sigarda's Aid. Dismember is like a thing, but Force of Vigor, most of their creatures can get Force of Vigored, or at least the weapon that makes them a good creature can. So probably some Blocks Diamonds get cut here, or all Blocks Diamonds, perhaps. Dryad is important. Am I going to have time to Expedition map in this matchup? Or should I just be trying to go straight to the face? Maybe Foundation Breaker sucks. Like, you do have to cast this on your own turn. It's not like, it doesn't have flash, and it's not a cycling trigger. It's like you're actually evoking a creature. But 4 mana is pretty attainable, and a 2/2 actually does a lot on the board where there's no hammer. Alright, I'm going to try it like this. Okay, let's actually study this hand. This one actually is an Insano. I'm going to keep it. This one has turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Dryad plus land, turn 3 Primetime combo. That's more like it. They have a Saga, and a Drum, and a Memnite, and Sigarda's Aid. That's the same thing they did last game. It's a really good start. Okay, float 1 here. Oh shit. I thought this was Growth Chamber. I'm such a dingus. Oh no. I made such a point to carefully study your hand. Make sure you know what it does. And this is not Submit Growth Chamber. It's the 1 of Breeding Pool, not the 4 of Growth Chamber. Fuck my life. Okay. Hard mode activated. I guess I'll play this Valakut, which will untap itself. Or, yeah. Wow. I hope I don't get 20'd by 2 hammers right now. That sucks. Betrayed by my own eyeballs. They have a second Saga, so next turn they're going to be pummeling with at least 1 hammer. Please don't have one right now. Oh no, they're spending mana. Ugh. Well, that was literally win and lose, whether this was Growth Chamber or not. Oh, if they had 2 hammers, it didn't matter. Force of Vigor, your Memnite. JK, I'm dead. Alright, well, I made one strategic miscalculation. Oh, I was at 23. Haha, you sucker. Does that matter? Draw Force of Vigor, please. Force of Vigor. Oh. Oh. That works too. Okay. Change of plans. I guess I just play this Breeding Pool, which untaps. Here's Engineered Explosives for 0, which I'm going to have to respond to the Saga trigger, or else they'll just get Pithing Needle. Maybe Radiant Fountain will save me. But this Wooded Foothills is turned off at this point. It sucks I have to do it for 0 instead of 1. Like, 1 taking out Drum, Aid, and both hammers would have been so sick. But regrettably, they can attack me for 1 with their Memnite. Okay, there's that. Search your deck for Memnite. That's so twisted. You have a blocker for that, but they can get another hammer next turn. Or right now, if they have Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, they're making a 5/5. That's pretty good too. I'm dead to both their creatures. On deck, Force of Vigor. I can play 2 lands, which is still 1 land short to start triggering Valakut. Yeah, I'm just a turn behind this game, and it's because I misread that card as Breeding Pool. At least 5 other mountains. Okay. So, yeah, you do need 6 lands for this to trigger. Yeah. Yep, that is how I thought that works. 1 short, no Karus. Brutal. Yeah, some important lessons were learned there. At the same time, fucking ouch. Like, Force of Vigor, Foundation Breaker both stabilize this board for the turn I need to do more stuff. Rough. Rough beats. But important lessons learned. Watch these mistakes so you don't have to. We're about halfway through the video, so let me just remind you that if you like this deck and you want to try it out, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com, and you can play any deck anytime with cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. These links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the play. I am 3 for 3 on die rolls, so I'll take that. I'm going to keep this hand. I'm going to cast Arboreal Grazer, putting in Urza Saga, and I don't need to put Amulet into play right away. This hand needs to find action, but Urza Saga is present to help do that. Blocks Diamond. Saga's in. The Saga is action in this case. Like, I can play Amulet, play Growth Chamber, make a Construct, pick up Forest next turn. Uh-oh, unless I get a discard spelled. Arboreal Grazer is really good against Ragavan, though. Count that. Wow. They Furied my Blocks Diamond. Do they have, like, the Undying Evil or whatever? Like, what are you doing over there? Okay, they do. All right. They just want a 4/4 double strike in play. That's a reasonable thing to want in play. I'm with you on that. Pitching, season peasin'. Okay. Oh, there's Primeval Titan. So, I'm gonna cast Amulet, play Growth Chamber, which will untap, pick up this Forest. Then I get to play Blocks Diamond, which puts Forest into play tapped, but it's actually untapped because I have Amulet. And then I get to make a 2/2. Okay. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 6 mana next turn to do the thing, assuming all my things are still present in play or in my hand. Okay. Another Fury that can't quite kill all my creatures unless they have another Undying Evil. Fury does 4. So 3 and 1. All right, they do have the Evil. Malachir Rebirth. All right, yeah, sure. Samesies. Pretty cool. Deck is aggro AF. Let's see if it can beat a Primeval Titan on turn 3. You do get to attack me for 8 here, but I get to do a lot more than that. Oh, I even get a second Amulet. They have 1 card left in their hand. Draw for turn. I'm going to float mana, tutor up another Amulet, I think. And then Crumbling Vestige. I'm going to make green off of this. Untap it, float a colorless, untap it. And then green, colorless. I think I want to leave blue floating, so I'm not sure if that matters. Like, if there is a Tolarian Academy line, or a Tolaria West, whatever the fuck it's called. All right, yeah, I'm not going to use that mana first main, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so I want the Garrison and the Stronghold. Player Stronghold and Boros Garrison. Amulet, untaps, Boros Garrison, float. Untap Boros Garrison, don't need to float this time. Untap Stronghold. Bidge up my boy. And I think I just want this mana available for a second main. I think that makes more sense than trying to attack for 10. Prime time, yes, let's go. I can get a Tolaria West and a blue Karu. That doesn't do everything I need it to, though. Maybe I just want to gain 2 life. So they can just block primetime next turn with their wall of first strike. All right, I can do the double strike thing now. So if I get Sun Home, they take 16, which is not lethal. Oh wait, can I do I have enough to do all this? If I get Vesuva copying Boros Garrison, I can make it a 10 power. Yeah, okay, I think that's how this works. Vesuva, Sun Home. Vesuva copy Boros Garrison. And then we're going to untap all our lands. We'll float a colorless. Untap. 1/2. Untap. 1/2. Untap. Make you bigger. Make you stronger. Okay, I figured out the line. Yeah, okay, that was in there the whole time. Just take 20. That's a deal. I was working too hard. That's the classic Amulet combo that a lot of decks, a lot of Amulet lists don't even have that in there anymore. Like, they still have the Stronghold, but they don't do the Sunhome thing. But it was in this deck, so there it is. I'm gonna use it. Things I could do in this matchup include, I could have Endurance to try to break up their Undying Evil flicker shit. Relic of Progenitus does the same thing, but all of that only works if it's in my hand already. I don't think Engineered Explosives is going to be good here, so I do get at least one Endurance. And Dismember also does that. And maybe Dismember is better than just any of this junk. Just have some removal in my deck. Expedition Map looks important. Arboreal Grazer could be important at absorbing Fury triggers, but it is cuttable, I think. This is what I'm going to do for this matchup. This hand has Dryad on turn 3 several different ways, and it's ready if I draw a Primetime or Valakut. And this hand isn't particularly explosive, but it is really good at... It doesn't really get beat up by Fury or Discard, which I think are going to be the two things this deck's really trying to do. Okay. They get to grief 2 of my Dryads. Powerful. Add 3 of a kind. It's like they didn't discard anything. Nice. I'm going to play my Saga, and Dismember is not a bad draw here. Maybe I should have just zapped the Dismember, because now they can Undying Evil or Malika Rebirth if I cast it. Yeah, I should have done that on my own turn. Whoops. Yeah, I missed my window. You basically like don't get to do it if you don't do it right there. Castle Garen Briggs in play. I'm going to tutor up Amulet next turn. Yeah, shit. I'm just bleeding out to this thing for no reason. Should have cast the Dismember when the coast was clear. In my head, I was like, I'm going to need this Dismember. But it's like, no, I don't. Okay, now they gave me a window to take out the grief. I don't care about Ragavan. Damage is the only thing that matters right now. There's not a lot of cards in my deck they could steal that I care about. Oh, they took a Primeval Titan. LOL. And I guess I would have liked to draw that, but they don't get to do anything with it. Float 1. Search for Amulet. Float. Do I want to float? Yeah, I guess I have to. Float 1. Selesnya Sanctuary. Untap it. Pick up the Garen Brig. Dryad. There you are. Play my second land for the turn, which is going to be Urza Saga. And that's my turn. I mean, the board is stable. I can block Ragavan all day. And I'm going to start making constructs next turn. 2/4 is a huge donk. I'm also immune to discard at this point, so any discard spell they draw is just a dead draw. Den of the Bugbear. That's cool. Fulminator Mage. That's a good one. Destroying my Keru. Sure. That's the right call. Oh, Fury. Pitching the Rag. So they're down to 1 card in hand, and I have Urza Saga plus nothing going on. Alright, this is going to be a scrapper. Guess I'll put my Garen Brig into play. So they've now shown me Fulminator Mage, which is a reason not to put Garen Brig into play. But there it is. It's in play now. Go with it. Den of the Bugbear costs 4 to activate. Another Amulet. Okay. I'm going to float 1 here. Pretty sure I want Map at this point, because I have several Amulets already. Activate Map. Maybe you shouldn't have played my land right away. Get Growth Chamber. There's a multi-turn line into Teleria West here, or into Titan. I play Growth Chamber, untap it twice, pick up Forest, transmute for Pact for Titan. I think I'm ahead right now. If they can start punching damage, I'm suddenly behind. But discard's bad. Damage-based removal is bad. Land destruction's really good. Artifact destruction's really good. We have seen Kolaghan's Command out of them. Maybe they just won't cast it. That would be preferable. And maybe I'll just draw Primeval Titan off the top. Hey, like so. All right, the thing I got to be careful about here is they've shown me land destruction. They are a red deck. I have to make sure I can pay for my Pact, even if my Primetime doesn't get to attack here. Float mana. Float mana. Float mana. I'm going to pick up the Garen Brig. And then... Alright, so Primeval Titan has to resolve. It doesn't have to attack. Okay, they just conceded to that. Alright. Ooh. That was tight. Their deck is really explosive. It just didn't really line up well against what I was doing. Like, Fury killing real things versus killing Arboreal Grazer is like a very different game plan. Nice. On to the next one. I'm on the draw in round number 4. I am going to... Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to keep this one. It's so explosive, and that's not just an Engineered Explosives pun. It's just, I get to Blocks Diamond out an Urza Saga, start doing stuff right away. It needs a Dryad or a Primetime for sure, but because of the Grazer, the Saga can actually make 2 things on the way through, even though it's turn 1. Is really good. Ketria Triome is what the opponent has to offer. Triome, Waterlog Grove. Oh, I'm just gonna play around Counterspell here. Like, I could play Amulet, play Growth Chamber, activate the thing, have more material on the board, or I could just make my land drop in a way that they can't interact with and commit to making 2 constructs and tutoring up something else. Is this Rhinos? But yeah, this is probably the Rhino deck. And Force of Negation is their counterspell. Okay. Make a thing. What I draw will determine if I get Amulet or Expedition Map. Or I could just make a... Yeah, I just want to make another... Oh, I'm making another thing so I can beat down. And I'm going to get Amulet. Though Map does... No, I'm getting Map. Yeah. I'm getting Map because Map can tutor for Teleria West, which can get Pact of Summoning, whatever it's called, Summoner's Pact, and then Primetime, and that's the plan. They're attacking with everything. All right, they have a Fury. That's what's going on right now. I'm just going to soak up 2 damage with Arboreal Grazer. Because if I block... All right, what if I block like this? Then they get to put 3 damage here, 1 here, and it's still not dead. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Because controlling their material on the board isn't mega important compared to being able to maneuver this game to a point where I'm Primeval Titaning. If they are the Warp World deck instead of the Rhino deck, then I'm in trouble. Okay, they had Dead gone. Sure. Okay. Amulet of Vigor. Into play you go. They have the Force, Hardcast Force. Okay. Amulet of Vigor is countered. Fetch land. Forest is the only thing to get. Azusa's here. Gonna Bajuka Bog them, because they do have a Seasoned Pyromancer over there that I don't really want to deal with. And then Simic Growth Chamber, pick up the Bajuka Bog and refire that later. And not gonna attack. This turn I will trade off with Seasoned Pyromancer if they attack again. I guess if they have their land drop, they can use it right away, so maybe not. I'll just block with Grazer again. No attacks. Put that in my veins. Oh, speaking of my veins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even if they are a Blood Moon deck, I have double Forest here. Alright, Pact, do you have another Force? Primeval Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. Yes, use the ability. I want... Do we just get 2 Sagas and go to town here? Get Saga. I mean, I don't think they're going to main deck a Blood Moon, but if they do, it would be really bad. Maybe Teleria West and Simic Growth Chamber. I'm going to use the Growth Chamber to pick up Teleria West. Because then I can get the Dryad next turn, Pact for Dryad next turn, and start zapping them out. Yeah, they scooped it up to that. Even if they don't know what my next steps are, like sometimes Primeval Titan is just lethal. Engineered Explosives I like here. Whether they are Rhinos or they're clearly a Cascade deck based on the cards we saw, like Dead Gone. They wouldn't have that card in their deck if they could just play Lightning Bolt. And being a Cascade deck is the only reason that you wouldn't be able to do that. So Engineered Explosives mops up Rhinos or tokens if they are the Warp World, whatever that thing is called. I'm completely blank on the name of that card. I don't think Pay the Needle's important. Endurance might have some text on it. Like, I think I only want the Engineered Explosives. And I'm just going to try to stay alive until I can prime time. Oh, they're going to have Blood Moon, though. I said that like 3 times in the last round. And, yeah, they're going to be a Blood Moon deck, almost certainly. Maybe I have 5 cards I want to bring in. Dryad plays around Blood Moon also. I think the Grazer is the most cuttable card. And maybe the Expedition map. I don't think I can cut an Amulet. That seems crazy. Oh, I don't have to. What just happened? Oh, one of these was already in the deck. I was trying to cut 5 cards, but yeah, only 4 are coming in and the 4 Grazers go out. I think that's fine. I'm going to do that. This hand is a banger. I'm going to keep it. I have a quick Primeval Titan, and I can answer a Blood Moon if I need to. Plus, I have the basic Forest, which hopefully means I won't need to. Oh, hello. Hello, beautiful. They could force this of Vigor or Negation. Either way, it kind of hurts, but my Dryad will get me up to where I need to be. Force pitching Shardless Agent. Yep, you got it. Okay, backup Force is pretty cool, because that means I can pick up I can force pitching Force, rather than having to pitch one of my action spells. They didn't fetch in the end step, which probably means they were looking for a land, or they just don't have anything to do yet. Yeah, Force of Negation this one. Right, Dryad's in play. I'm going to Gruul Turf, pick up the basic Forest again. They're fetching. They're just going to kill this thing, or are they going to like boomerang my Forest and make me pick up a Karu? That would be pretty mean. Or, okay. They are cascading in response, making some rhinoceroses. Sorry. Even if they Blood Moon, I have Prime Time next turn because of the Force. Oh, I don't have Prime Time next turn. I need an untapped land to do that. Taking 8 here. Oh, they're outbursting again, so I take 10 instead of 8. Alright, this clock is real. Gonna need that untapped land here, deck. Uh-oh. Not necessarily what I was looking for. Land, explore, and play another Dryad. Does that keep me alive? Block. I go to 2. Boros Garrison, pick up Forest, play Forest. I don't think I want to play Teleria West. Maybe I do. Oh, I can... Did I have 5 mana to start this turn? I did. Yeah, I was 1 short. I could have transmuted Teleria... Ah, fuck. Yeah, I was supposed to transmute Teleria West for Engineered Explosives and just blew it. Yeah, I forgot that... Oh, wait, no. I can't do that because the Karus don't tap for 2 if I tap them for blue. Alright, I'm dead here. Yeah, untapped land short of getting Prime Time into play. There might have been a more creative line with Engineered Explosives that I missed. Okay. Let's try that again. The Engineered Explosives definitely something that I want, though. Don't really care about the rest of this stuff. Back in, same deck. Playing first. I don't think I can keep this hand, even though it does have one of my more potent cards. I'm going to mulligan. I do need to actually execute a game plan at some point. This one I'll keep and send one of the Teleria West to the bottom. I'm going to lead on Teleria West because I'm going to pick the land up for Sanctuary next turn anyway, and Saga's not getting me where I need to go, and it's kind of fragile in the meantime. Growth Chamber, up Teleria West, and I can answer Blood Moon if I need to. I just have 2 lands, icing my land. Yeah, that's fine. Amulet, huh? Okay. I'm going to play Saga and Amulet. It sucks because if they untap and jam Blood Moon, I lose my Saga. They have Force pitching Fire Ice. Okay. Shardless Agent. That's not Blood Moon. Crashing Footfalls, there they are. The Crashing Rhinos have arrived. Another Teleria West. I think I have enough of those. Here's Dryad. And then Teleria West, first land. Lesnia Sanctuary, second land, pick up Teleria West. And pass. I'm not going to block here. I'm taking 10 on board. They can make it 13 with an outburst. Then I'm just going to float mana with Saga. Or float blue with Saga. Yeah, that's a thing I can do. Float blue with Saga. Do search for Amulet. And then tap for blue-green. Transmute. Hope that my opponent does not have another Force of Negation. Get Engineered Explosives. Play Castle Garen Brig. Play Engineered Explosives. Moment of Truth. Please resolve. What's in there? I don't think I play this Teleria West. I'm going to want to use that to find Primeval Titan. Wow, they just packed it. They must have somewhere to be. I don't know. They gave me a lot of credit to have the win in my hand, but they basically didn't. Not right away anyway, but they didn't like that Engineered Explosives. Tight. On to the final round, playing for 4-1. Like I just said, we are 3-1, playing for 4-1, positive records locked. I'm on the draw, and I am going to keep this hand. I get to Blocks Diamond on turn 1 with the Crumbling Vestige, throwing out Urza Saga, which is pretty powerful. And then I have Garenbrig to jump into Primetime. I could actually Vestige, put in Vesuva, copy Vestige, play another Grazer, put in Garenbrig. Is that the best use of Vesuva in this deck? Or is it a playable use of Vesuva in this deck, I guess is my question. Bring another land is pretty exciting. Crumbling Vestige, make green, Blocks Diamond. I think I am going to make that play. Maybe it's crazy, but I like it. We're going off. Storm is 2. Hell yeah. And this is going to put in Saga. Get that ticking. Fear my monkey blocking power. There are no colored sources in play. Expedition map hopefully can fix that. Are we playing against Rhinos again? Oh no, it's Dredge. That's so much worse. Guess we're probably headed for the sideboard pretty soon. That was a pretty bad Dredge though. Okay. Did not need another Saga, that's for sure. I'm going to put in Garenbrig now. So if I draw a green source, I have a chance at prime timing. Yeah, their Cathartic Reunion only dredged once and didn't turn over another dredger. So that's kind of a shitter. Let's see what their hand has left as far as action spells go. And there's an Ox right there. I guess they can Ox me all sorts of questions. They're not putting their Bloodghast in. Why not? Oh, I guess they needed it to Ox? Wow. That's pretty desperate. Just had exactly enough cards to do that. But they do get to dredge. They found another dredger. Okay. Yeah, that was the right play, it seems. I'll give them that credit. So I can map for Bojuka Bog, but it's probably going to be a little slow at this point. A little too late. Make a construct in the end step. Their amalgams are coming back. Explore, huh? I think I want to spend a turn developing here. I try to give myself a little bit of breathing room. And then pop next turn. So I am going to get the Amulet and hope I don't die. Saga's in. Explore. Come on, green source. Not a green source. I'll play the Saga also. Is there a chance I outmuscle Dredge? If I just chump with my Grazers this turn, I take 4. They have Faithful Mendings in their graveyard. That flashes back for 3, which is how much mana they have. I think they're going to be alright. Yeah, there's Faithful Mending from the bin. Milled a bunch of bricks, and milled a Narcomoeba. Okay. That wasn't too scary, all things considered. Okay, I think I want to trade lock. Do I take 6? No, I'm gonna... There we go. I'll trade with the Ox. There is a Bojuka Bog in my deck. I'm giving myself a chance to deliver it here. Come on, green source. Expedition map. That gets Bojuka Bog if I want it. I'm definitely casting this card. And I just got to figure out what it's doing. 1, to map. I only have one land drop in the turn. Like, I can't do the tap bounce itself trick. I guess I'm getting Bojuka Bog here. Bog you. That wasn't great. I get to make 2 3/3s, so I mean the board is kind of stable and they're out of cards in their graveyard. Need to find a green source. Just attack with everything. I make another 3/3. Block. Bloodghast. And the amalgams. Just trade it off all over the place there. I'm at 9. Golgari Thug Hardcast. Give it to me. They're in limited mode. Right, and cast Light from the Loam with no targets. All right. Okay, let's do this thing. Green source. Okay, yeah, that's a green source. Float mana, float mana. Just gonna have triple Amulet here. Amulet. Amulet. And then green. Cast Dryad. Teleria Quest will make 3 mana when it comes into play. So untap. Float green, because I have Dryad now. Green. Green. And here comes the bro. Yes, use the ability, please. Just going to do the whole combo here. Get Slayer Stronghold and Boros Garrison. They each untap so many times. Significantly more times than I'll ever need. Extra mana never... Well, I was about to say extra mana never hurt anyone. Extra mana hasn't hurt anyone recently, I should say. Mana burn was part of the game for a while. They have conceded to that. They see what's on the wall. Okay, it took them bricking on an early dredge. Like, they had a pretty bad Cathartic Reunion on turn 2, but I'm not too proud. I will take that. Relic and Endurance are definitely happening. I don't know how many basics are in this deck. Am I going to be able to screw them off a color? They seem to be like full 4 color. They have Faithless Mending in their deck, plus Ox and black cards. And these 4 are coming in. I don't think Explosives is where I want to be. Bridge from Below is banned in this format. Normally Explosives is good against dredge decks, but this is not the same type of dredge deck that you'll see elsewhere. Expedition Map was clutch, found the Bojuka Bog. I don't think I need to go like full Azusa speed. And the Grazers did absorb a bunch of damage that game, but Endurance is even fatter at doing the same thing. Okay, now I have a sideboard and I got to win one of the 2 post-board games. Well, that's Amulet Bojuka Bog right in my opening hand. If I play Castle Garenbrig on turn 1, I'm going to keep this. If I play Garenbrig on 1, then turn 2 I can go Amulet, Growth Chamber, untap it, explore, Bog. Or I could Saga Amulet right now. Is that better? I don't think so. Like, what is Saga? I don't really need to get the Saga Tutor thing happening quickly right now. I don't think this deck could play Blood Moon based on the insane variety of fetch lands I saw last game. Fetch lands and shock lands, they're just all over the place. Unfortunately, Bog won't stop like a Cathartic Reunion right now. Oh, it will clip that Loam though. Get that out of here. Oh, there's Primeval. Amulet, Growth Chamber. Tap Growth Chamber, pick up this, explore, to play an extra land. Do I even care about the Light from the Loam is the question. I could just put Castle back in and then next turn go Growth Chamber Primetime. What happens if I don't do that? No, yeah, that's definitely the play. Just going to go for my fastest Primeval Titan I can offer. I have the Amulet. Let's go. It's just a Dredge 3. How bad could it be? As they hit Narcomoeba and Prized Amalgam. And Stinkweed Imp. Yeah, that was just like among the best 3-card dredgers you could ever have. But it's okay. My bet was that Primetime would be better than what they could do, and I hope that remains true. Bending here. They did not find a second dredger. They dredged with Stinkweed Imp and then have just a bunch of magic cards there. They've already played their land for the turn, so that Bloodghast is frozen. Oh, fuck, Ancient Grudge. No, that was a good one. Okay. Well, looks like Bojuka Bog just worked its way back into this game plan. Bog you. That hit Bloodghast, 2 Bloodghasts, or 2 dredgers, a Stinkweed, or 2 dredgers, a Bloodghast, and a Mending. Here comes 4 damage. And just, there's that loam again. Naked loam. Sad naked loam. Uh-oh. Did they have a mending also to dredge the loam immediately? Archimeba. Yep. Alright, plain limited. Basic forest off the top. Let's go. Arboreal grazer. You don't help me here, do you? I mean, never unhelpful, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so grazer will come in and put growth chamber in, which will pick up Bajuka Bog, which will be my land for the turn. Okay, yeah, that was actually great. Thanks, Arboreal Grazer. And then I can prime time next turn, and I can block this turn. Soak up a little bit of damage. There's another Naked Loam. A land. Gonna attack with everything. I think I'd rather soak up the max damage here, rather than keep Grazer in play for a few turns. I just don't want to... I don't know what could cheese me out here, but I'm gonna avoid it. Oh, Endurance. I like that card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That's how I count. Primeval Titan. Yes. Yet. I'm going to set up for next turn where I can re-prime time. I'm going to get Slayer Stronghold and Boros Garrison. And I'm going to pick up Bajuka Bog. And then that'll be my land for the turn. Bog that again. Just hang out with the 6/6 trample in play. There or nothing. And I can pitch Endurance if I need to. What do we got over there? Hardcast Creeping Chill. Yep, can handle that. This looks like a 4/1 to me. Unless they string together some miracle that I don't understand. Okay, so I'm attacking for 1 fuckzillion this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Prime time. Some triggers. I'm gonna get the fountain. Make sure I don't get burned out. And don't really need to pick up the Bajuka Bog again. They didn't do anything. I'll get Valakut. And then give you haste and vigilance. Attack for 14, search for 6 or 4 more lands. I'm gonna get the Vesuva to copy Radiant Fountain. Make sure I don't get cheesed. Really hate cheesing. Vesuva's in the pile, and Valeria West is in the pile. Vesuva, copy Radiant Fountain, gain 2 life. I still have my land drop for the turn, so I can get a Keru, pick up Vesuva, and gain 2 more life if I want to. Yeah, I want Growth Chamber, and this game's not going to be long enough for Urza Saga. Maybe I'll just get Basic Forest. Make sure I can cast Endurance if I need to next turn. So I feel like this game is basically over. Vesuva, copy Radiant Fountain again. I'm at 15. Go ahead. I don't have a green card for Endurance. If they do have like an Insano, like if they draw Faithful Mending and like dredge their whole deck, I could lose. But that did not happen. 4/1 with Amulet Titan. I don't think I've ever played this deck before. Maybe once a long time ago, but it's not as scary as it seems. Like, we saw some small sequencing errors here and there, or like not realizing what the card in my hand was, or not realizing that my hand didn't have enough green to cast the prime time that I had. Like, there were some things there that I think this one league pretty much hammered out. Like, those are one of those things you do once and you realize, like, oh shit, I gotta pay attention to that. And then you're not going to do them again. This deck is pretty learnable. It occupies the same sort of space as Legacy Doomsday to me, where before I played it, I was like, oh, that's like a Galaxy Brain deck. I don't know if I could pick that up and play it well. And I'm sure like Daryl Ayers or Matt Dilks or whoever would have played this deck better than me. But for picking it up for the first time, this was extremely approachable. Just understanding what's in your deck, how to get them, how to count to 6. Those are all just important skills to have. And I think we did a pretty good job here. I'm not going to criticize the list because I don't know enough about Amulet to like say like, oh, maybe there should be 4 Endurance. Like, I don't fucking know. So the sideboard felt good. I think we brought in every card at least once, except the Cavern of Souls, which we didn't play against a control deck. And the Tracker, we didn't play against a grindy deck. We brought in 13 of these 15 cards over 5 games, so that probably means that it's a well-constructed sideboard. And the main deck felt pretty tight. I'm into it. Thank you, Hunter, for asking me to play this. It was a fun experience, totally out of my wheelhouse, but I did enjoy doing it. Thank you all for watching it. Happy to field comments on how lines could have been better if I missed a kill or like could have had a kill a turn earlier. I am curious to hear it. As long as it's constructive, I'll read it and interact with it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to support even more, you want me to play a deck for you, the join button is there, or link to Patreon is in the video description. There's BoshNRoll merch. There's all sorts of stuff that you can support the channel with down there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.